Alrighty, we are live. Your New York Knicks go down by a final score of 93-115 to the Boston Celtics. From start to finish, this was an absolutely nasty basketball game, just an ass whooping all around. And the Knicks have to stop these slow starts. Get right into it. You cannot continue to go down 20, 30, 31, and expect to win these basketball games. It cannot happen. It's not sustainable. So this New York Knicks team, I'm sure they're going to say that in the locker room. I'm sure they're going to tell each other that, look, we cannot continue to get behind the eight ball. We cannot continue to get down by 20, get down by tonight 30. And you're going to lose if that's the case. You're going to lose. So Saturday afternoon hoops, you're feeling good about yourself, and you lost. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat, man. I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I'm not concerned yet, but it's the playoffs, right? This was to be expected by this Boston team, who's the defending champs at the end of the day, and this was a must-win for the Boston Celtics, and they came out and played like defending champs. They shot lights out. They played championship-level defense. And this Knicks team they just play like garbage. Let's be honest. They play like garbage, right? And now you're sitting here. You're still up 2-1. You're still in a good spot. They couldn't hit anything. But today is just a little bit disappointing because you really wanted them to come out on their home arena. I mean, guys, these home games they don't matter. They don't matter anymore. Sorry, that was flashing in the background. They don't matter. Like, you're home, and the Knicks are now, they've lost 3 straight games in MSG dating back to round 1. They lost game 2. They lost game 5. And now you got blown out in game 3 against the Boston Celtics. So, home court advantage. I mean, does it matter? It's crazy to think that in 2025, home court advantage does not matter anymore. Like, it shouldn't allow you to feel confident or either way. Because how do you come out flat in front of 19,000 Knicks fans who paid good money to sit in MSG and watch you play? And when you have a golden opportunity to go up 3-0, you squander it. You fail. I mean, it was this. That's all it was, right? And look, a lot of stuff to work on, but it's the starts. It's the starts of these games. You had to stop. It has to stop. You get 20 points in a blink. 20 points in a blink. Game 1, game 2, 20 points down. I know you came back. Thank God you did. In games 1 and 2 today. I mean, Celtics hitting everything. I mean, look, it's going to be tough to win when the Boston Celtics feel like, we'll talk about everything, obviously. We'll talk about how it started and, the cat foul situation, which is absurd to me. But look, 20 of 40 from the three-point line, 20 of 40 from the free throw line, right? Lamar says, I had a strong feeling the Knicks were going to be flat. I just don't get it. Loud and clear. Appreciate you in here. Appreciate the members in here. Big Tass says 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Absurd. Absurd. Joke. You know, loud and clear says no sugarcoating it. It was a bad game all around. We can blame the officiating all we want. They hit their shots. We didn't. OG, the Bulldog, was in the doghouse sleeping. Zaire says OG took the day off. He was in the doghouse. He's sleeping, right? OG. He had a leg wrap on his leg. First time that's happened. Loud and clear says Pritchard was the X factor. He's the 6th man of the year for a reason. Peyton Pritchard came in off the bench. It was just the icing on the cake for them, honestly, right? I mean, they got good contributions from the starters. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, aggressiveness. Jason Tatum hit some timely shots, even though 22, almost a triple-double for Tatum. And the icing on the cake was Pritchard. I mean, Pritchard came in this basketball game, 23 points, 5 of 10, 8 of 16. The Boston Celtics played like defending champs tonight. They did. Right? They play like champs. And they deserve to win. Knicks deserve to lose this game. They did. Knicks didn't deserve to win this game. And they didn't. You know, when you come out flat like that, it just baffles me. You're in MSG. You're like, okay, they're not going to come out flat. They're home. The crowd's involved. These people paid good money to sit up in there and watch this Knicks team play. And if I paid good money to watch this Knicks team play like this, I got to tell you, I'm probably at the bar right now getting hammered. Like, this was embarrassing, guys. Nasty. And Eddie, what's going on? This Rover, salute. Big Taz, yeah. Oh, Big Taz 5 of 20 from the free throw line. Yeah, still nasty. 5 of 25. The Knicks were from the 3-point line. Still nasty. Yes, Zaire Hart was hesitant with a shot today. It's really started this game hesitant. I mean, you know, kind of storytell the game a little bit. The crowd is involved. Crowd's fired up. Start this game. You win the tip-off. You don't score, right? Boston scores. And this Knicks team didn't lead the entire game. Guys, I only think this Knicks team has led for 12 minutes this series. I mean, to not lead the entirety of the basketball game is one thing, losing by like 5 or 6 or 7. It's another getting blown out, right? First quarter, Hart hesitant. A lot of in and out stuff for the New York Knicks in the first quarter the shots just did not go down for them in the first quarter. And you're sitting there like, bro, are the rims tight? Because a lot of in and out stuff for them in that first quarter. Knicks were down 16 after 1. Right? It was 36-20 after 1. You're already putting yourself behind the 8 ball. You're already putting yourself behind the 8 ball. Right? Celtics shot 6 of 7 from 3, and the Knicks were 1 of 6 for 3 after that first quarter. You got to stop these slow starts, right? You got to start these slow starts. You got the crowd involved. Celtics doing a hack and Mitch. The crowd was amazing. They're trying to, you know, get behind Mitchell Robinson, cheer him on, trying to give him some enthusiasm. And, you know, Mitch is just struggling right now from the free throw line. And credit to the Knicks fans. They're galvanizing. They're trying to cheer him on. And, you know, during the regular season, he was better than what he's giving you now. But, you know, just a lot of like in the first half, look, I know the Knicks didn't play well at all, so I'm not using this as an excuse, but there was a dumb third foul call on Mitchell Robinson that I thought was stupid. And there was a dumb second foul call on Karl-Anthony Towns on Jaylen Brown when he was using his body. And it's like Karl-Anthony Towns, the whistle needs to be studied. This man gets no foul calls offensively, but on the defensive end, he gets called for everything. Body contact. It's frustrating, right? By no means am I using that as an excuse. Just going through the game here. And so it's the playoffs. You got to let that stuff go. I know the Towns got some body contact, and they just called silly fouls to get the Knicks in a foul trouble. And that really, when you compile that with the misses early on, and you're already Cat with the 2 fouls, and then he has to be subbed out, and Mitch picked up his third, and they're doing a hack of Mitch. And we even saw Precious tonight, who actually gave this Knicks team some solid minutes from Precious Achua because of the Cat foul trouble. And Look, the only stat that matters was one time during this game, the Knicks were being outscored 36-6 behind the three-point line at the half. At the half. 36-6. Guys, the Knicks played terrible. Terrible. 5 of 25 from three. You're not going to win. I wonder if the narrative tomorrow in the national media is going to be like, if only the Knicks made their open shots, they would win. 20 of 40 for the Celtics. I mean, they were due for a game like this. They're not going to shoot 50% from three. They're not. It's not. But let's be honest. I mean, most of those threes were open, and they were just hitting them today, right? Their process is, they stuck with their process, but they were getting, you got some better Porzingis minutes from them. Tatum hit some timely threes in that first half. The Karl-Anthony Towns, the drop coverage, it was back again, and you're sitting there like, why did that come back? Why did that come back? And him and OG were frustrated and not on the same page. A kid from Val with a super chat. Keep up the good work. Celtics up though. What's going on? Kid from Val. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the super chat. But yeah, the drop coverage was just, it was back. It was back. And you're sitting there like confused. And, you know, defensively, the Knicks just didn't play a brand of basketball that, you know, in games 1 and 2, you saw the fight, you saw the desire, you saw a lot out of them in game 1 and 2. And tonight it was just non-existent. And yeah, another slow start in terms of shooting the rock. OG Anunoby just 1 of 6, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 points. Bad OG game, man. Bad. Bad. And then Brunson with some poor turnovers. Are we flushing this? I'm concerned about the leads. I am. I'm concerned about the leads. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Smash the like button. Subscribe. All the good stuff. Your Knicks get blown out by the Boston Celtics in MSG. And they are still up 2 games to none. I mean, 2 games to 1. Excuse me. So big task is a strain that the Knicks actually won the rebound battle in this game. Yeah, look, that's because the Celtics were hitting everything, right? They were hitting every three, like 3 open splash. I mean, it's fascinating that Luke Cornett gets, I feel like Luke Cornett has a better whistle than Karl-Anthony Towns, by the way. It's fascinating. But that's neither here or there. Payton Pritchard was their X factor tonight, and that off the bench right there was their punch. Was their punch that they needed. Holiday played solid defense. Al Horford got a good Al Horford game. This was, look, you can look at this one or two ways, right? Knicks up 2-1, 2-0 coming into this game. This was a must-win game for the Celtics. Must win, and they play like it. Knicks just felt like they just were content with, like, I hate to saying this, but they just felt content. Like, okay, we're still up 2-1. And that's the thing I didn't like. They just there was the Garden was so electric. They wanted to explode in this game. Wanted to explode, wanted to cheer. And they had nothing to cheer for. I mean, the loudest it got was, I mean, in the first half when, you know, Cat hit a 3 and you're sitting there like, okay, finally hit a long 3. And then the loudest it got was when they're cheering on Mitchell Robinson to make a free throw. But it's, other than that, I mean, this offense needs to pick it up, right? They need to pick it up. They need to move the ball. They need to hit their threes. Game 1, they did. Game 2, they didn't. Tonight, they didn't. If the Celtics are going to play their brand of basketball and play their championship level brand of basketball, then this Knicks team has to keep up with them offensively, right? Has to. The bench really, you know, Mitch, 6 offensive boards. Deuce McBride today, you know, 5 points. You know, Shamus not on the rotation. You saw Precious there. Campaign is a liability. Defensively, is a liability. And I think if you're Tom Thibodeau, man, I don't know. Like, Campaign is literally just out there just getting Jalen Brunson some rest. And he's too small. When Campaign's out there, the Celtics hunt him. They hunt him. And, they take advantage of that. So, frustrating, man. Frustrating. Eddie says Brunson went back to his old ways of not passing. Yeah, second half, a lot of silly turnovers there. I mean, he dribbled off his foot one time after the Knicks were starting to get a little momentum. And then it just swung the Celtics' way. El Figgy says Mitch not hitting his free throws is inexcusable. You feel for Mitch because in the regular season he was hitting his free throws. I mean, not like a high percentage, but it was better than this. Can't hit anything, and it's a strategy that they're being stubborn and they keep implementing it, and it's frustrating. Big Taz says scoring under 100 points is not sustainable. It's not.
Bruh.
Especially against this Celtics team. No. Size 9 says, we recently had a bad free throw shooting game. This cannot keep happening. The Knicks are shooting, I looked this up, 72% from the free throw line this in the playoffs. 72%. It's bad. Can't keep that up. Can't keep that up. Size 9 says it's not about the 3-pointers, it's about the minor stuff. Yeah, I mean, the threes killed you today, though. They did. Eddie says we need a reliable bench. We are just never focused enough. We'd rather dance and show off than focus. I don't know where to pinpoint it. You would think coming back home, and they said after games 1 and 2, they cannot continue to get down by 20. And in game 3, they got down by 30. 31, right? That was the biggest lead of the game. 31 for the Boston Celtics, if I stand corrected. And to not lead by 1 second in this basketball game, 1 second. The Celtics led all 48 minutes. All 48 minutes. Think about that. They were locked in. The Knicks weren't. Knicks were not locked in today. Not locked in. These afternoon games, not locked in. And now, you're still up 2-1. You have another golden opportunity on game 4. But game 4, in my opinion, is must. Like, I know it's not a must win. I hate throwing that word around, but you got to win that one, right? You got to win game 4. You got to. Because if you allow the Celtics to win another one on your home court, that is now 4 straight home losses in MSG. 2 versus the Detroit Pistons. 2 versus Celtics. You gotta win at home. You got to. You have to start coming out fiery, fresh, hot. I mean, the crowd is ready to explode, and this Knicks team just isn't giving this crowd anything. Nothing. So, El Figgy says this makes game 4 a must win. Can't let Boston off the mat. If we go back to Boston tied 2-2, don't know what happened. Yeah. Look, that's the worst case scenario. You don't want to go back to Boston tied 2-2. And look, I know the Knicks play better on the road, but it depends how it looks too as well. I mean, that's... If you win game 4, you're still in a tremendous spot to win this series. You go up 3-1 with 3 more opportunities to win one game. One game. With another home game. Yet I say that, and the Knicks don't play well at home. They don't. Now, Boston guarantees game 5. Which is going to be in their arena, where this Knicks team has played well, which Boston has not. But game 4 becomes, in my opinion, huge. Focus should be on game 4. If this Knicks team doesn't come out, if they lose, if they squander again, open up the game slow, and they get down by 20 and 30 again, then you're saying to yourself like, bruh, right? I don't want to think about that though. I think this Knicks team will respond. They have responded to tough losses. That's one thing they have done. You know, game 2 when Detroit beat us in MSG, they responded. Game 3, they won game 4. Game 5 at MSG, tough loss. They responded in game 6. So one thing that this Knicks team has shown us is that they will respond, right? And that's something that, you know, is giving me confidence here as I'm talking through this. They'll respond, but this one was it's a hard watch, really. Like Boston came to play, right? And 20 for 40 from 3 it's unheard of. And one thing that is concerning is the Knicks don't generate a lot of threes either. Like everything is slow, methodical. The ball's not flying around. They're getting it's hard to get them and get in anything in the paint. Like I said, bigger Porzingis game today. They need to generate more threes, more open looks. Just make the offense easier. Let the game come to you. And, you know, frustrating. Eddie says very frustrating. Yes, frustrating, man. Appreciate you guys in here rocking with me. 6:57 p.m. over here on the East Coast. Weird post game, but wanted to hop on here right after the game and talk about it. I was confident in the pregame, but you know this was game 7 for Boston. They go down 3-0. It's a wrap for them. I mean, they're done. So they came out like a team on a mission. Like a team on a mission. They came out guns a-blazing, hitting their threes, and they had major performances. And at halftime, really, I mean, yes, the Knicks did cut it to 20 at one point in the second half. And, you know, we're sitting here like, uh-oh, can it happen a third time? But you really never got that sense that, you know, it was going to happen again. Like, you really didn't have the offensive flow. Boston, every time the Knicks would, like, make a mini run, and I'm talking, like, 4 points. Like, the Knicks would score 2 points, and then Boston would just come down and hit a 3. Like, it'll negate everything. Like, the Knicks will score 2 points, get a stop, score 2 points, and Boston will come down and hit a 3. Like, that's how frustrating this game was. So, Zaire says, play the bench early to keep Cat out of foul trouble. He clearly don't understand yet, so coach has to make a big man decision. Yeah, but Zaire, like, it's like, I know the Cat foul trouble thing is frustrating because like most of the foul calls are just ticky-tack stuff, but hey, they're calling it. So, but I mean, that bump on that Jaylen Brown drew on him, I mean, I didn't think that was warranted for a second foul, and they called it. So, you know, look, you got yourself a series now. You got yourself a series. You were up 2-0. Celtics responded. Now, you have to do the same in game 4. You have to do the same in game 4. Come out swinging. Come out hot, man. Come out hot. Come out swinging. Right? This has been like, this entire playoffs has just been like weird. Like, the Knicks have been winning these close games, but, you know, there's no comfortable wins. Like, we haven't had like besides game 1, the campaign game, I mean, there hasn't been like a comfortable win. Like, okay, I can sit back and like, all right, I can chill. You know, and that's the frustrating part. But this Knicks team has responded well. They do respond well to adversity. And you're just hoping that they can come out Monday night. Game is at 7 p.m., by the way. They changed the time. With a bang, with a fight. Say Quizzy, Knicks need to play like every quarter, like it's our last. Can't keep going down by 20 thinking we're going to win. Yeah, say Quizzy. See you in the Discord. Say Quizzy, Isaiah, see you guys all in the Discord. We'll get to your calls a little bit later. Appreciate you guys waiting. Please be patient with me. Jared says too much one-on-one game. Need more passing. Yeah. Draw skill for this was a golden opportunity to almost guarantee our ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals and today, but let it slip away. What happened last year, guys? We went up 2-0, back to Indiana. Some injuries obviously reared the ugly head. But, you know, I'm not thinking that's going to happen. But it's first to 4. It's not first to 2, right? And which is why the guys in the locker room were being humble and saying all the right things. But which makes game 4 so pivotal. Go up 3-1. Just need one more after that. Just need one more, right? So, you know, whatever you're going to hear in the media tomorrow, the Celtics finally, the magnet ball, they started hitting their open threes, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Knicks shot poor. You're not going to hear any of that in the media, though. You're just going to hear the defending champs play like the defending champs. We're still up 2-1 at the end of the day, right? And that's why I don't care how it was done in games 1 and 2. You got it done, right? You're up 2-1. Game 4 is pivotal, right? Pivotal. And I know you're going to hear that a lot, but it is, right? It's pivotal. Jose says, doomed after the first quarter, bro. Bad start again with no energy. Appreciate you in the chat, Jose. Yes, man. No energy, nothing. Just let the crowd just not cheer. And you had Celebrity Row was rocking. Spike Lee, he wasn't there for games 1 and 2. Maybe Spike, maybe take the night off Monday night, man. Maybe watch it at home. And I love Spike, by the way. But maybe watch the game at home, Spike. You got Bad Bunny sitting there courtside, supporting the Knicks, rocking with the Knicks. And I love that. Got Celebrity Row rocking, Timothy Chalamet, everyone's rocking. And this Knicks team, for whatever reason, just can't play well at home. For whatever reason. And it's frustrating. MSG just doesn't have the home court advantage like it used to, which is weird. I mean, it's 3 straight L's at home in the playoffs. 3 straight. And 2 of those are to the Pistons. I don't like that. Smart Kid says the bright side is we don't have the pressure of being the first team to blow 3-0 lead. Love that. The goal this year is Eastern Conference Finals. Anything short of that, Thibs must go. Victor says, in my opinion, game 4 is a must win. Victor, I agree. You win game 4, you give yourself breathing room. You're up 3-1. You're in a golden spot. Golden opportunity with the game at home in your pocket. Yes, 2 out of the next 3 games will be in Boston, but you've already proven that you're comfortable winning in Boston. Comfortable. So win game 4, you split at home. Okay, it's the playoffs, man. You split. Split at home. You got to now. You got to win game 4, because if Boston wins game 4, blowing you out again, I mean, what confidence do you have going back to Boston? If they've taken the lead by 20, 30 in every single game. And in this series, this Knicks team has only led by 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Suni Lee needs to pull up courtside. Yeah. Pull out all stops, man. All hands on deck, man. It's all hands on deck. And this bench situation with Campaign, I don't know if you could play him anymore. I don't know if he could play Campaign. Like, honestly. I don't think Campaign, like, he had some good games in this regular season versus Celtics, but his size is a problem, right? It's a problem. It's a problem. They play smothering defense too, Boston, you know. They play good defense. You know, OG couldn't generate anything. The 3 in the first quarter for OG Anunoby was like in and out, and you're frustrating. Like, damn, I wanted that to go. Cat got all 5 threes, but just no post game today. Brunson inefficient. 4 turnovers. You don't like that from your point guard. Josh Hart hesitant too. I mean, Josh Hart, you know, probably one of his worst games this entire postseason. hesitant. Once when he becomes hesitant, when he and he's hesitant and he was missing too. So Boston's gonna live with that. They're gonna look. It's a percentage game, and Boston is gonna keep on leaving Josh Hart open until he continues to make them pay. And he's been solid this postseason, but just a bad game from Hart. So Zary says, I said Knicks in 7. I'm sticking to it. Let's go. Love the enthusiasm. Love it. Win game 4, and we back, baby. We back. I'm pulling at straws, but maybe Boston will relax game 4 since they won so easily today. Maybe. Josh Gilva says, being at home may be a disadvantage to us, but I wouldn't be so quick to say that playing on the road in a playoff series is an advantage. Yeah, Knicks have won, 5 straight road games. It's crazy. And they've lost 3 straight home games. Like, wild. Has that ever happened before? Like, they've won 5 straight road games and they've lost 3 straight home games. It's weird, man. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't, but it's the NBA now. It does, man. You got teams losing at home left and right. Cleveland, Boston. It's NBA doesn't really have home court advantage like it used to, right? It's not just the Knicks. It's just the way of the world right now. The way of the world. Oh, man. Frustrated, man. All right, let's get to Say Quizzy in the Discord. I'm frustrated. Let's see what he has to say. Get your calls in. Get your calls in. Link is pinned up in the description. We got Say Quizzy in the Discord. What's going on, Say Quizzy? How are you? Wait, give me a second. We got you. Go ahead.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Bet. But we good. I kind of seen this coming. I'm like, I don't see Boston losing 3 in a row, especially this is a must win for them. Like, if they go down 3-0, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
But we can't allow Pritchard to score more points than OG and Bridges combined. You can't allow that to happen. That guy is off the bench. There's no reason he should be scoring more than our starters.
Yeah.
You got to fix that. And Bridges, stop jump shot passing. I don't know what he was doing, but I'm like, if you're going to go up, just shoot the ball. He already seen Tatum did that for game 2, and guess what it was? A turnover.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to shoot it and then pass out of it. It was a turnover. So don't do the same thing. Because he did it twice, and I'm like, come on now. He's just doing easy turnovers for them. Like right now, I'm not in panic mode, but I think game 4 is a must win. And now that we lost down 20, they finally seen, because I don't know if it's because we went down 20, we won, that they ain't really take it that serious. Now that you lost going down, game 4, it should be no reason you play with no energy. Like, we shouldn't be going down 20 again. Like, you should have energy going in that game. Like, every quarter, you should play like it's the 4th quarter, because that's like the only quarter they try to play hard. Yep. They need to play like that every quarter. Just try to win every quarter. Like, we got to win, because the only thing that's getting me nervous is Boston shot bad the first 2 games. Yeah, we came back from 20. But if they start shooting good, like today, we're not going to come back down for 20. Especially at home, where if they silence the crowd early, it's easier for them to make shots. I feel like in Boston, when they missing shots, you hear they hear the noise going on. In New York, you ain't going to hear nothing. They make a shot, it's just crickets.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to cheer about. They got the crowd on their side, nobody speaking. But we got to win game 4. It gotta happen. I'm praying we don't go down by 20. We make it a close game. And that's all I really got to say right now.
Appreciate you, Say Quizzy. Appreciate you, Say Quizzy. Let's get to Yuri. I saw you hopped in next. What's going on, Yuri? What you got? Yuri. Knock, knock. All right, Yuri, we'll come back to you. Isaiah, what you got? Isaiah, anyone there? Isaiah, hello, hello. Okay, El Figgy, are you there?
No, can you hear
I'm
me?
here.
Oh wait, wait, wait.
Shit.
All
Oh,
right,
go ahead.
we
Go
got
ahead. Let
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Yeah. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
My bad, man. My bad. I'm talking to my neighbor real quick.
no, you're good.
I'm not worried to be honest. Hey, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. I just felt like this team didn't come out strong. It was a bad loss, but I know this team's gonna come back with a fire. I know they will. Hold on a second. Hold on. So like I was saying, yeah, they're gonna you come out with a fire. You know what I'm saying? To me too. I felt the Celtics. I feel like when they don't hit threes, I felt they're not good enough, man. We saw it. Struggle when they can't hit threes. And I know everybody's saying, oh, we're not gonna, they're not gonna keep shooting back forever. But I'm just not worried. I know this next team's gonna play better, and I know we're gonna win the game 4. If we don't, then I'll get worried. But for now, we got the lead for a reason. We play good. This is an off night. That's all I gotta say.
appreciate you, Isaiah. Yeah, off night, man. Look, if you picked the Knicks in 5 or 6, you had to lose 1 or 2, right? Had to lose 1 or 2. Yeah. El Figgy, what's up?
What's good,
How are
Ant?
you?
What's good, chat?
What's good?
Yeah, this was a tough one. This was disappointing for sure. Earlier when you had the pregame going on, I said I was cautiously optimistic because, I had a feeling this was going to happen. But of course, as a Knicks fan, you always want to go down there, saying, okay, we're going to win. Um, you know, this was a must win for the Celtics, and they did it. This was a must win for Boston, and they got it done.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. We need to regroup. OG had 2 points. I don't see him doing that again. That's way off for him. I don't see OG having a bad night like that again. And from the beginning, from tip off, I felt like the Knicks looked like they were being too careful.
Yeah.
They didn't look like they were playing to win. I never got the vibe that we were playing to win. I felt like we were playing not to lose, and that's a dangerous position to play from when you're playing the Boston Celtics. You have to go out there with tenacity. You got to go out there hard against them. You got to go out there ready to shoot your shot. It looked like we were, like we just didn't want to lose. We just didn't want to, and
no aggressiveness.
And Josh Hart. Yeah, no, you could see it. Josh Hart lost, instead of building off of the last game that he had that great game, that he was he was our best shooter on the floor. Again, he 1 step forward, 2 steps back with him.
Mm-hmm.
He disappointed tonight. OG disappointed tonight. Deuce disappointed tonight again, and that was something I feared. Deuce has just been so hot and cold this playoff run. Between Detroit and now the Boston Celtics. I mean, he didn't play good defense either. So I can't bring him to, he was keeping Pritchard off his shot. He didn't do that today.
Yeah.
If you're not going to hit your shot, you at least got to play defense, Deuce. He didn't do either. I'm hoping we don't see that again. But I think if we clean up some of these things, there's really nothing that we can do except regroup and let's get the next one,
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Well said. Appreciate you, El Figgy, as always. Thank you for
All right, now I'm back. Hey, El Figgy.
Hey, what's up, Yuri?
Yuri, what's up, man?
I'm not worried about this loss. You knew Boston Celtic was going to come out swinging. They did not want to be down 0-3 in this series. That's number 1. Number 2, I think El Figgy picked up everything of what I was going to say. We played too careful.
Yeah, no aggressiveness to come out the game, man. You got to open up swinging. It's game 2.
Fine,
was the same
fine,
way,
whatever.
Man.
Fine, whatever. You want to say we drew this game away? Fine. I agree with you on that one. I expect the Knicks to come out with full aggressiveness. Game 4, I'm not worried. I'll worry when it's like 2-2. I'm not really worried about this loss right now. Knicks know they messed up. They'll regroup, and boom, we'll try and win Game 4. And I hope we'll be on here talking victory instead of defeat.
Love it. Yeah, you look. It's 1 loss. You're still up 2-1. You that's why those wins.
That's why I'm not sweating it.
Yeah, not sweating it yet. Appreciate you, Yuri.
I will say though one thing.
Good.
One thing that I do want to keep in mind: do not expect OG to have a horrible game again. Don't expect Deuce to have a horrible game again. We all knew the Celtics were going to find their shot eventually, and they just had to do it at MSG. Why does that not surprise me? I've been a Knicks fan for almost 10 years at this point. Whatever will go wrong can go wrong, and that's what happened tonight.
Appreciate the call, Yuri. Yeah, look, it's It's one loss, right? You're up 2-1. That's why those 2 wins in Boston were crucial. Want to get to this super chat here that appreciate the support with the super chat. Let me just get to it if I can find it. Mr. Nice, appreciate the super chat. Says the need to run pick and roll with Brunson and Cat like Denver does with Murray and Joker. Got to get Shaman in early and sub with 2, Achua or Tucker. Mr. Nice wants Achua or Tucker to play more. Look, credit to Achua staying ready. Appreciate the super chat. Don't think Shamit's going to play because he's out of the rotation. But, yeah, I mean, you know, I thought Brunson made a lot of good decisions on his pick and rolls today, but he made a lot of poor decisions. Right? He had the read there, but you could tell a lot of times he was hesitant in making the read, making the pass. Had a nice slip pass to Josh Hart in the first half. Yeah, I need to see more of that. But the offense has to stems from the Brunson pick and roll, and you could tell when he doesn't like what he sees, he pushes the ball back, and that's what slows down the offense. But not worried yet. It's one game, and I can sense from the calls that most of you guys aren't worried as well, and I like that. I like the sense of optimism of Boston's. I know Jaylen Brown said, you got to beat us 4 times. He's talking to the media right now. You do. He's right. You got to beat them 4 times. It's not first to 2, but you have two wins over them. And that's positive, right? You got 2 wins over them. Say Quizzy says, feel bad for who dropped $900 to see this game. Oh, man. Price tickets, I was looking right before the game, and I got down to like $540 for 1 ticket. And it's expensive. It's MSG. It's New York. It's expensive, right? And there should be some type of like refund on that. But hey, it's the price you pay, right? It's the price you pay. As long as you're in the building, you want to experience good moments. Like if the Knicks had a great game today, you can be like, I was there for game 3 in 2025. I was there. I was in the building. You take chances. You love your team, right? And this doesn't come around so often. Knicks Boston game 3. A lot of people were claiming it was the biggest game since the 90s, and it was a big game. But now game 4 is massive, huge. Boston hit their shots. Knicks did it. Knicks are saying all the right things in the media currently. And get to some of these comments in a bit. But yeah, Isaiah says, like I said, if we play better and defend better, we will win. The Celtics didn't even play great to me. They played better before. Isaiah, Celtics played. They played good today, Isaiah. They were locked in. And like Yuri said, they needed this win. Going down 3-0, your season's over. Right? Season's over. Go down 3-0. No team in NBA history has come back from that. And Boston, believe it or not, almost did it versus Miami, if you don't remember. So, which is why, you win 2, you got 2 more to go. Game 4, you got to win. You got to win. Mr. Nice says he needs to let Mikal run with the bench some like he did RJ, get his confidence in that shot. Yeah. Mikal slow starts, hesitant too today, hesitant. I thought he should have pulled up from 3 the time he got his shot blocked from Brown behind him. I think he should have pulled up from 3. You saw him thinking twice out there, and thinking a lot. And that's when Jalen Brunson says Mikal is not at his best, when he thinks a lot. So just let the game come to him. And look, Mikal needs to start better. Brunson is going through a funk right now, shooting the ball. But you have to find ways to win, and you have to start these games off better. You do, man. Like these people pay great money to go to these games. We pay great money to go to these games. And it's just, I don't like the way these Knicks are starting these games out. I don't. Let's get to Jalen Brunson. I know Jalen Brunson's at the podium. Here's JB. See what our captain has to say.
Jalen
this is the third game in a row where you guys have been down big, and obviously the comeback didn't happen tonight. Just are you seeing any common thread in how they're building these leads or how you guys are falling behind that you guys can address for game 4?
Yeah. The first half needs to be a lot better. We cannot play catch up with a team like this.
Sorry, having technical difficulties. The first half needs to be a lot better. Need to come out hot, Mr. Nice says, especially at home. Jalen Brunson talks about his approach towards Mitchell Robinson as he struggles at the free throw line. I wish these reporters had mics. You can't hear them.
You encourage. It's a tough position to be in, especially mentally. No, but you got to encourage. Like, we're going to have each other's back regardless. And so no matter what happens, we're going to win together, we're going to lose together, we're going to go through that together.
Encouragement from Mitchell Robinson, you know? Encouragement. That's from our captain, from JB.
Josh and Cal kind of said the same thing, that the urgency wasn't there. Why do you think that was for such a big game, that you didn't have the urgency needed?
I don't think we came with the mindset of being satisfied, but I think it was just subconsciously satisfied being up 2-0. But it's not the way we need to approach the game.
I don't think we came with the mindset of being satisfied, but I think it was just consciously satisfied being up 2-0, just not the way we need to approach the game. Keeping it real. What we all saw. This Knicks team looked like a team. They said all the right things before the game. After game 2, can't be satisfied, and they came out like they were satisfied. Now we're up 2-0. We're good. And you just heard it there from Jalen Brunson that it was, and I don't know if he's talking about himself, but it's the way they play, that they were satisfied about being up 2-0, and they played like it. So this is what JB had to say, just opening up the.
What did you see was the difference today? You guys were able to make comebacks the last few games. What was the difference in this one?
Well, they were 20 or 40 from 3. And so there's not a lot I could say. It's a lot that we need to discuss tomorrow and figure out. But we need to play with more of a sense of urgency.
It's the playoffs, man. You need to play with more sense of urgency. Come on. You did it in games 1 and 2 and the fourth. I need it in game 4. Start hot, man. Start out the gate. Here's Josh Hart. You love what Josh Hart has to speak his mind in the locker room.
Why do you think home court has not been an advantage in this series or throughout the playoffs for you guys? It has not been an advantage in this series or throughout the playoffs for you guys.
I can't pinpoint one thing. The fans are coming out and supporting and showing love, and we got to make sure, that's not wasted. So, like I said, we got to watch the film. We got to get better, and they'll come out Monday.
Saying all the right things, the fans are coming out and supporting, showing love, and we got to make sure that is not wasted. Yeah, you do. We didn't play with a sense of, a lot of that from the locker room. We didn't play with a sense of urgency, enough physicality. Then you got Joe Mazzulla saying just process over results. You always stick to the process of what you think gives you the best chance to win on that possession, to win. And they're not going to change their process. They're not. So, yeah. Tom Thibodeau on how's the hand of Karl Anthony Towns?
He got whacked in the second quarter. Is that any concern? 5 for 18. I know he played 35 minutes, but
yeah, and again, it's the playoffs. People are going to get hit, and you got to play through things, and that's why you do it all. The entire season. No one's playing 100%, but you have to understand that you can play well when you're feeling less than your best. That's all part of it. I think the mental toughness part of this in the playoffs is huge.
I don't even want to think of injuries right now. I don't. That's the last thing I want to think about. El Figgy says, I wonder if there's too many distractions for them at home. We need to check the team into a hotel for home games in the playoff. Anything. Check them into the Ritz with the Boston Celtics. Check them into a hotel in the city. You know? Because one thing that is a concern is they don't win these home games. It's a concern. It's a concern. They don't feed off the crowd. They don't start hot. They start lazy, lethargical, and, you know, it's going to catch up to you. Boston's not going to keep blowing 20-point leads. They're not. So now you got to hunker down, find ways to win. Yeah, let's go. Let's win a game in Game 4. Come on.
Just it seemed like from the start there was something missing today.
Well, they got the lead early. I thought we missed some shots early that impacted us, and they got confidence early in the game.
Yeah. Going back to the first quarter, Knicks missed a lot of good looks in and out. And Celtics took advantage of that, and that was all she wrote after that. You know, and Celtics played good defense. They were hitting 20 of 40 from three. Brunson brought that up. So, yeah, here we go. Karl-Anthony Towns.
Perimeter defense that might have been different from the first two games. It seemed like they were able to get going.
You know, it's not just perimeter, it's all of us, you know, it's a team game. And, you know, from perimeter to backline, for me and my job, we just didn't do enough today to, like I said, execution. We didn't execute a level I told y'all we needed to execute to win tonight. They're the defending champions for a reason. So they show their medal tonight.
Carl, what did you see?
Hope his finger's okay. Yeah, look, the guy, you got to be pissed off, right? Saying all right, all these videos are from SNY, by the way. Want to give them credit for these videos. This Knicks team has to play pissed off in Game 4. Have to. You have to come out in Game 4 with a sense of urgency that you haven't played to start Games 1, 2, and 3. Game 4 needs to be totally different. You have to start the game aggressive, hit your shots, because that helps, right? It's basketball. Hit your shots. Free throws is going to be, you know, when Mitchell Robinson's at the line, if you're already up like 8-9, it's different than when you're down 20. Right? It's different. So make the Celtics play tight, come out with the urgency, and play like you're home, man. Give MSG something to cheer for. You're in MSG, the greatest arena in the world. Play like it. At so many times, 3 straight L's in the world's most famous arenas. It's not good. It's not good. That needs to change. And Game 4 is a massive game for your New York Knickerbockers. Massive. And after Game 4, we'll know what this team is all about, because you cannot lose another one at home. I want to see all hands on deck, and it's going to be interesting to see, do the coaching staff combat the hack and Mitch? Do they play Precious more? Do they play DeLon Wright over Campaign? Maybe sprinkle in Shaman because he needs some shooting to keep up with this team. I don't think they'll panic yet, but it starts with the starting 5. OG, start better. Mikal, start better. Brunson, head honcho, got to start better. So, Troy says if the Celtics play their brand of basketball, the Knicks are done. Not done yet, man. It's a series. Win first to 4. Don't care how it looks. But Boston came out hot. Boston came out hot. And now this Knicks team has a golden opportunity to respond in Game 4. No 2 days off. You got your rest up for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. to all the women out there. Hope you enjoy your Mother's Day. Reset. The guys will spend time with their, loved ones, and come out Monday and win a game at home. MSG. Let's go. Let's go, man. All right. Appreciate you guys. Once again, subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Once again, I will be back on, I'm not sure if we're doing a podcast tomorrow. I think Chris is back from his vacay. So look out for the schedule. Hit the notification bell so you guys can stay updated regarding everything. Appreciate all of you in the Discord. Link is pinned up. We talk Knicks. Appreciate all the members. As always, thank you for the support. If you want to become a member, hit the join button down below. I go through film, put out videos for the members, and we still up 2-1. We're still up 2-1. We're still in a good spot, and let's go. Let's go. Let's win game 4. That's all that matters. That's all what's on my mind right now. Game 4. How do you win game 4? How do you respond? El Figure says we were timid and can't play like that against Boston. You can get away with that against the lesser teams, but not the Celtics. Yep. Not the Celtics. Can't. Game 1 and 2, you already had the disrespect from the national media. Whoever wins game 3 is going to win the series. Well, we're still up 2-1. Right? We're still up 2-1. So, but you got to play better. You do. I mean, these 20-point leads, these deficits, frustrating, right? Demoralizing. Sitting there like, damn, again? Again? 20, 25, 30. And like, come on. Knicks, go up 20 for once. Please, let us chill. Let us chill, man. Appreciate you guys in the chat. As always, thank you for giving me your time on this Saturday evening. Enjoy your Saturday night. Enjoy your Sunday. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And let's, focus on game 4 and let's win. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I appreciate all you guys rocking with me. Let's go, Knicks. Peace.